From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LA Late.
It's a big evening of evenings, LA, with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In tonight's recording, we go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we get to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people that people are going to be looking and turning saying, how did you get all those wonderful checks? Then we turn to the world exclusive as major legislation is now being proposed for you, but needs your support. And it's your turn to shine, Purple Power, and your opportunity to make history. We'll go over all the incredible news about those MSCs. And then we cut to fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up a lifetime. And the deliciousness of that, especially if you're on SSI, SSDI. And then, of course, the exciting details you've been waiting all day to watch and the person you've been waiting to see all day. Not Bernie. Not Bernie, but Calendar Cod. He's here and he's checking his calendar. Because guess what? Whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to August? What's September? Meet him and Calendar Colleen, who are back for a double dose tonight in tonight's recording. As Evenings LA starts right here, right now, direct from Santa Monica. Good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in Santa Monica, California. Hope you're having a beautiful week. And guess what? I'll be here with you all weekend long with live news and breaking news all weekend long, even on Labor Day weekend. So stay with me across the board. So much happening as we go into this big weekend. As the Democrats are preparing the fourth stimulus recon substantive language, they're actually working on the bill throughout the weekend. I'll have the latest details and more. But in tonight's recording, we go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks coming to you and the American people. We'll go over all the deliciousness that's happening. And then we cut to the big money across the board that's set for fifth stimulus. And then, of course, the world exclusive. The MSCs and why one guy has your back and you have his back as well. Those details and more, and along with Calendar Colleen, because guess what? It's September. And thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. Subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video. 3,000 likes. Every like helps. And consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Calendar me in, because coming up next is Overnight's Crypto live on this channel. And then we go into Sirloin at 8 o'clock. A lot of recording tonight. But meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, what are you doing? Totally free. And if you signed up for them yesterday, you would have got to that alert overnight as the eviction moratorium has been extended in some states like New York and some cities across the country. I had the latest details delivered to you totally free. It's at news.la.com/alerts. Over 1,000 of you are still needing to be confirmed. Watch that spam folder, hit the confirmation, and away you go. Let's get into those monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate, Senate versus House. And who wants to give you what? Warren, Wyden, and Sanders all propose a monthly stimulus check, but they don't say the number of checks nor the amount. Then we have the House side, AOC and Omar, $2,000 a month, but they don't say how many months. We have Ways and Means calling for monthly, but don't say the number of months or how much. The American Petition, nearly 4 million signatures, calling for $2,000 a month, but does not say how many months. But then the one that's captivating a country as we go into a beautiful night here in Santa Monica, California, is the House bill. That's $1,000 a month, not $2,000 a month. Only the first month is $2,000. Pandemic plus 1 year. So I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate, House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is this beautiful evening's LA. Who gets this forced stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. You get a forced stimulus check. Single individuals, 75,000 or less, you get one. Married couple, 150,000 or less, Democrats represent. You get a forced stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent. You get a forced stimulus check. quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get a forced stimulus check. Not a time or place at all anymore to say, I have a bad feeling about this. I don't think that they're going to take care of it. I'm just sort of pessimistic about it. No longer a place for you to say that anymore, because the number one guy wants to give you a monthly stimulus check. How much more obvious can you have it be told? I have the latest details in the final 15 minutes of this video. No time or place to be pessimistic, because the number one guy in the nation on this subject matter says he wants to give you a stimulus check and he wants it to be monthly. So no longer time or place to be pessimistic or negative or, counting a calendar. And that's coming up in the final 15 minutes of this video. Stay to the very end. But boy, let's cut to the deliciousness that's also coming up later in this video. We'll be going over the forced stimulus recall, $3.5 trillion of checks confirmed to you in the forced stimulus package, and we'll be cutting to the fifth stimulus. But first, let's get a pen and paper ready, because there's money available for you right now. On Mornings LA today, 2 people in the live chat said, am I getting a forced stimulus check this week? How about next week? I need money right now. Third stimulus money is available right now, and that is where you're going to pounce. Last week, we had 3 viewers who started the week who needed money. They started $0 from this channel. They ended the week at over 40,000, 2 at 40,000 and 1 at 80,000. The week before that, 3 viewers needed money. They got ended the week at $32,000. 2 friends of viewers of this channel ended the week at $20,000, starting the week at nothing. Everyone needs money, and everyone's getting money from this channel. So get pen and paper ready, because I'm going to get you that as well. If you have a success story, send to me on social media. Private message me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Lalate. Here are success stories tonight on Evenings LA. Kyra got $17,000. Congratulations. Valerie got $9,000 this week. Then Renee got money for rent, electric, gas, and she says, thank you. Heart, smile, smile, kitty cat. I don't know what the kitty cat's for, but thank you. I appreciate your kitty cat. There we go. But the big inspiration comes from Johnny. A week ago, Johnny saw just an incredible run. He started last week at $0. He needed money too. Forced stimulus is not coming. So he heard the recordings and he started getting the money. By the middle of the week, he was at 3 items of $40,000. By the end of the week, he was at 7 items and $80,000. Let's go over the numbers that Johnny got last week, and you could be the next Johnny. Johnny got $12,000 for SNAP. He got $10,000 for EIDL. He got $1,800 for taxes. He got $21,000 for housing, and then another $25,000 for housing, and then $9,000 for electric, and he got $50 a month for internet and phone, bringing his grand total to $80,000. So let's get in pen and paper ready. We'll get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities starting right now. You can get this. You qualify for this money. Let's look at the sums of money that people are getting across the board. Can we see that deliciousness? Where's the graphic? There we go. Oh my goodness. Look at this. $27,000 for rent. Elizabeth, Mark, $22,000. Look at this money. This is money that could be yours. Would you like $20,000? Well, tonight's your night. When we talk about utilities, Johnny got $9,000. So you see, people are getting bigger numbers by the day, by the week on this channel. When we talk about SNAP, it's money for food. OMG, there's Louie at $18,000. But you're going to meet someone in a second who now, as of October, is going to get $25,000. Then we go to the Triple Crown. Nancy getting 3 items at $32,000. Nisi 3 items at $23,000. And there's Mark at 2 items at $32,000. Mark has a great inspirational story for us. In fact, 4 of them. Number 1, for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, you got 2 items at $32,000. Why didn't you get the third? And the third one is SNAP, and it's a SNAP to get. That's why I'm going to hurt my fingers right now. Ow, ooh, that hurts. I don't think I can do that anymore. I got so much for a TV show. You just do anything you can for a laugh. He got $32,000 for 2 items, but I said, go get the third one. Ow, and he got SNAP, which brought his grand total to more money. In fact, he got that SNAP in 5 days. Inspiration number 2 was he told his neighbor to come and watch this channel. That neighbor did come and watch the channel and went from $0 to $20,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Unusual? No, because last weekend the same thing happened. As Chanan, member, Purple Hawk 2 months, said, I told my friend about you, Ella, and now she's addicted to your channel. She received $21,000 from your channel, $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and now $6,000 for SNAP. This is real. This is lots of money. Forced stimulus not happening this week. Forced stimulus not happening last week. This money happening right now. You should be getting it this minute. And then Mark did something else. Mark heard people getting more than 3 items, so now Mark's trying to get multiple items. And finally, Mark got that Snap. How much did he get? He got $19,000 at Snap, bringing his grand total on this channel to a whopping $50,500. And the ceiling never stops there, because here's Lorraine, who got over $105,000, because guess what? This is what we do it, and this is Lalate. You found the only channel in the United States that does what this channel does. This is the only broadcast channel that reports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, financial news channel for you, and gets you money across the board. No one steps up and gets you money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's very easy to read a script and just regurgitate local news. It's very hard to do this. But this is what we do as a family. We've been doing it since day one, when that EIDL loan was passed and people's applications were not getting approved. No one helped you more than this channel. And I got viewers $25 million of EIDL loans, saving their businesses, their employees' homes, and their also their homes. What happened was applications were stuck. They were not getting approved. And one after another, I got those 330, the 331, the 484 texts approved. 3 days later, PUA was going live on April 28th. In some states, other states were not. It was a very complicated application. I started making recordings on April 25th. A lot of people never heard this PUA because it didn't exist before then. So I'd explain how to do this complicated application. And a viewer on Noontime LA today said, I've been with LA since the very beginning. I remember his PUA videos and I got it. Yes, Eileen Bellicamp got $15,000 from those recordings. She was out of Florida. But then in fall of 2020, second stimulus was not coming. You needed money. So I stepped forward and I got you $250,000 of rent. Tyrone, his family four, got $16,000 of rent, paying his rent from the fall to the spring. And now we're doing it again. But we're doing bigger numbers than ever before. So let's get that pen paper ready. Tonight's your night to get that money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, homeowners utilities, and absolutely, categorically, there is no time or place for you to say, what day is forced stimulus landing in my hand? The response is, have you gotten thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on the third stimulus? If you haven't, you are not focusing the right way. If you're saying what day, when on forced stimulus, and you have gotten 0 from third stimulus, you really are just not focusing where you need to focus. Get this money right now. So let's go over some introductory comments. First, I'm going to show you 6 places to get that money. Each place has different eligibility, so reach out to each place at a time. If the first one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. Number 2, it's important to understand that if the first one says no, reach out to the next. They have different pots of money. Number 3, every state's paying out the same amount of money every state was given the same amount of money from the federal government, so they all have money for you. Then listen to the keywords I say in the video. Here you go. The keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, and utility assistance because of COVID. Where are the 6 places you reach out to? Your city hall, your city house authority. 2, your county hall, your county house authority. 4, and your state hall and your state house authority. 6, there you go. And congratulations to everyone who got this money for rent or utilities. If you got as well, post in the live chat right now. Tim and Linda got that as well. The next file of money is the money for SNAP. It is money you get from Department of Agriculture. Reach out to them and get that money for SNAP. It pays a lot. You saw Mark, he got $19,000. Well, Mark will now be getting $25,000 for this money for food. What happened? Well, 2 weeks ago, Department of Agriculture raised everyone's benefits up a lifetime, an average of 25% automatically nationwide. Oh my goodness. So Mark is going from $19,000 to $25,000 lifetime. Incredible, great news. Lynn Glenn got money for SNAP, and Gail got as well. If you got that money, post in the live chat right now. The next spot of the money is the money coming back for your states due to overpayment of computer error and unemployment benefits. One viewer got $3,000 for this, another viewer got $5,000, and here we go. Incredible details across the board, because guess what? It's automatically been ordered to come back to you from the federal government. The federal government has also ordered the states to upgrade their computer systems. That's why they overpaid you in the first place. And it's a great time because Microsoft has announced the rollout of Windows 11. No joke, it's coming in October, first time of an upgrade in 6 years. That's great for the states that's currently running Windows 10, the 1910 version, where you started the computer by rubbing 2 sticks together to create fire. Can we top that? Yes, as we go into the refund check coming back from IRS that you pay taxes on that 2020 unemployment benefits. Margaret got it, Cog got it, Michael got it. Mark got about 1,400. Johnny got 1,800, and one viewer over the weekend got 2,000. More about that in a second, but here's a personal message from me to you. This channel was launched for me to get you money, and viewers are getting massive sums of money. But also the spirit of this channel for you to help other people. So get in that live chat and inspire people by posting your success stories right now. Post your rent, your utilities, your food, your SNAP you got. If you posted on another video today, post again on this one. When you do that, you help people so much. Number one, a lot of people need encouragement. It's very easy to be complacent. I was going to say another word, but I'm not going to say it. It's very easy to be complacent and say, when is my fourth stimulus check coming? You know that there's people getting $40,000 from this channel from third stimulus right now. Why would you sort of pass up $40,000? Because it's really a nice number. Oh, well, I just, did you pick up the phone? No. And then you see people who are picking up the phone. So when you see this graphic and you see people who picked up the phone, then you get the encouragement. Pick up the phone, call, and get this money. Then we see the utilities. It's not $200. It's not $50 for utilities. It's a lot of money. Johnny getting $9,000. We talk about SNAP now going to $25,000. We see people getting multiple items like Nisi and Art Sullivan inspiring us. And we see these numbers going bigger and bolder as Lorraine going to $105,000. Today's your day to pick up the phone and get that money. Do not be tracking checks, cashing checks, or you're setting yourself up for something I said not to do in 2020, and I don't want you to do it again in 2021. I do not want you to be dependent upon the arrival of something when this has arrived. So pick up that phone and call right today. And thank you for everyone who posted their success stories in live chat. Those unemployment benefits, they're land by direct deposit and otherwise in the mail. And can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search. And 70% of the time it works. Go in there and do a transcript search to reveal the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid. And can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of this video, starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed. I sort of feel like going off script again tonight. I did it at noontime, and I guess it worked because that was one of the most watched videos of almost 3 days. Here is what I want to say off script right now, is that the fourth stimulus recon procedural passed, which means there will be a recon of $3.5 trillion, which means that $3.5 trillion of checks are going out to the American people, application-based, things of certain subject matters that IRS would never be paying a person automatically. Rather, you would pick up the phone and get that money. This is incredible achievement. But what's important to understand is that how we got to this place has been by staying focused, positive, and informed. And even as the wonderful news has been delivered this week on this channel about the number one guy in DC wanting to give you monthly stimulus checks, there are still some people who love to revel in the land of negativity and falsehoods, and it's very confusing. Let's go over what we've overcome as Incredible Family over the last few months. Number one, people were trying to tell you that there was no stimulus in the fourth stimulus recon, it was all roads and bridges. Untrue, but it was certainly made complicated by the fact that initially roads and bridges was in the recon. And I had said back in June that when they took the roads and bridges out of the recon, it made it easier to say, okay, I got it. Now the recon's all checks because there's nothing left. The roads and bridges is now down the street in the bipartisan, in the infrastructure. Once they separated it out, it made it very clear that the recon was just checks. But then a lot of people went into the sort of land that the recon was never going to happen, this sort of la-la land. And I told you at the time that the Democrat senators and House members had met with the president and said, we need a recon that goes as big and bold as we wanted, whether it was Elon Omar or Representative Rishi Torres, whether it was Jalapal, and they all agreed upon a price tag, $3.5 trillion. The man who went into that meeting and walked out of the meeting talking about the price tag was Bernie Sanders. I did that recording all throughout the month of July where he went in asking for $7 trillion, but walked out victorious at $3.5 trillion because all the Democrats had agreed to it, and he loved that price tag, saying I got everything I wanted to paid for at 100%, maybe a shorter duration, not as many decades, just a shorter duration. And at that point, we had a done deal. We had $3.5 trillion recon done deal among Democrats that it would be happening, and that would be $3.5 trillion, and that would involve checks for you. And yet, even with that agreement that was followed up with 3 more meetings thereafter, reaffirming the agreement, a lot of people kept on playing the, oh, it's not going to happen recon game. Excuse me? That's the old Republican Fox News story of 2020, that the Democrats were going to implode and not get things done. It wasn't happening. And so when the Senate vote was called and they did the bipartisan vote, the roads and bridges, that took 2 weeks. But when they took the call for the recon, it took less than 24 hours. Done on the Senate side. And certainly the Senate was the most important one because the Senate has a narrow majority among Democrats, but yet some people then wanted to say, oh, well, the House Democrats are never going to pass it, or that they're never going to get to it until November, October, these bizarre dates. And then Steny Hoyer did exactly what I said he was going to do, but he did it even better. He issued a press release immediately saying everyone's coming back into town to pass the recon August 23rd. Why did I say it was better? Because he did it instantly. I thought he was going to do it maybe in a day or two. He did it within hours after Senate approved the recon. And he put it in writing, and he actually said, you're staying until it's done. I loved it. And I ran the graphic. I probably still have it on screen here. And I ran the graphic. I said, here you go. It's in writing. Here was the graphic. Steny Hoyer saying, get your butt back in town. You're getting the vote. And it's August 23rd. That narrative that the Democrats weren't going to get taken care of this in the month of August fell apart. They did. And then even when they were in town, people said that the Democrats weren't ever going to pass the recon. They passed it in less than 24 hours. August 23rd, August 24th, done. Recon procedural, done. So then what is the recon? The recon is $3.5 trillion of checks. And those checks are generally application-based. More about that later in the video. What remained still, while those were confirmed, what remained still an issue, not confirmed, certainly not confirmed, was stimulus checks in there on top of that. Now, here is where lazy news reporting and accurate news reporting separate. Lazy news reporting were broadcast news channels that simply wanted to run a story. I haven't heard of whether they're going to do a stimulus check, or they're not doing a stimulus check because I haven't found anything on Google. These are legislators, and the way legislators work is they negotiate among themselves. Democrats of Democrats. They call and say, what do you like? What are you doing? What do you like? You know the best way a broadcast news channel from the number 3 broadcaster could have found out the answer of whether there's a stimulus check or not? Picking up the phone and calling. And they never, ever, ever did. They never picked up the phone and called and asked, hey, are you drafting a version of a stimulus check thing? And this was even after we had so many letters that we had seen that said, I'm putting it in there. I mean, with these people putting it in there, wouldn't you pick up the phone and call them and ask them, okay, so you put it something in the letter. Are you doing it? No, they didn't even call these people up. House Ways and Means writing a letter saying we're putting forth stimulus checks in there. Did the broadcast media ever pick up the phone and call them? No, never did that. AOC and Omar writing a letter, a monthly stimulus check of $2,000. Did anyone ever call them up and say, can I ask you, are you doing this? How many months are you doing it? When are you reducing this? Have you had meetings with anyone? No one made the phone call among the broadcast channels. How about Sanders or Warren or Wyden? Did anyone reach out to them and ask? Of course not. It's what you call buffoonery reporting, lazy reporting. They just sat around and didn't do any reporting. And so a lot of people would send me private messages saying, I turned on my local broadcast channel. They said they never heard of anything about this. Well, did they ever pick up the phone and call anyone? It's sort of like, I did not know that there was a UFO landing. No. If you never ask, you never know the answer is basically the equation. And that's what happened. And where we go next is the final 15 minutes of this video, where we go over that the Democratic caucus has been working on a monthly stimulus check for you. And had anyone picked up the phone, they would have learned that if they were a broadcast channel. This channel did pick up the phone. One of its volunteers picked up the phone and asked. In fact, 2 viewers picked up the phone and asked. It was told, yes, there is. world exclusives you're going to hear in the final 15 minutes of this video. But first, how do we get to this wonderful spot? By separating out the two items. Let's remember, recon procedural different than recon substantive. Let's look and see what the two items are. So recon procedural, that passed last week. It's basically a price tag, $3.5 trillion. It means we're doing a recon, and that $10 and $20 and $30 are given to different committees of that recon money. So recon substantive that is left to be done is how the committees spend the money. Now that the committees are given the money, how they spend it. This is where we go over the subject matter of terms and conditions. So recon done, but now we're going over the terms and conditions. And that is where we bring it into the final 15 minutes of this video. Can we top that? Yes. If you have had problems getting money for rent, utilities, food, or internet, reach out to the volunteers. First, make that phone call. Today's the day you make a phone call. If you're wondering what day this week you're getting forced stimulus check in your hand, you're not. If you're wondering what day you're getting forced stimulus check in your hand, do not wonder. Focus on the money that's available for third stimulus today. This money is available today. Why would you pass up $30, $40, $50, $60,000, $80,000, $100,000? Why would you pass up this money right today? It's available for you. The only people who don't qualify for this money is people who make six figures or a lot of money, and that may not be you. So pick up the phone and call. After you get at least one item for this channel, if you have problems getting the other items, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're on the community page. And here's a little bit about the community page before we go into the final 15 minutes of this video with the breaking news, the world exclusive about those MSCs, and the introduction of Calendar God. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings LA, direct from Santa Monica, California, as we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, as the #1 person in DC is set to give you a MSC. Multiple stimulus check. I have all the incredible details in this final 15 minutes of this video. Then we cut to fifth stimulus, which heats up now. Purple Hawks are going to pounce under fifth stimulus and also fourth stimulus. And with fourth stimulus, we're going to go over those application-based checks and what it means for you. And then we're going to go over, wow, you have been called upon to make history once again. It's a big night, and with that, I'm so excited for you to join me as Evenings LA continues. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and if you haven't become a member, consider becoming a member today. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The links in the video. Meantime, if you're not signed up for those LA alerts, please do so. The wonderful, wonderful free alerts. You would have gotten an alert overnight about the eviction moratorium extension in some states. It's at news.la.com. Put your email address in and your name, and you are ready to rock and roll. You watch for that confirmation email. It may be in the spam folder or in the Google, the Gmail promotions folder. Take those alerts on the road or wherever you are. Meantime, let's turn to that fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus heats up by raising your benefits up if you're on SSI and SSDI. They start this in September, and how does it work? Step one is they do the reform by getting it to a draft and then to a vote by as early as November. Let's go over all the details of this starting right now. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. Then they'll remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. Let's go over how this works starting right now. Who is this for? You, if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, or veterans benefits. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. So if the inflation rate is 5%, your benefits will go up a lifetime, an additional 5%. Wow, incredible, great news. Then they're going to move the asset cap. Dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't work and you can't have more than $3,000 in a hand. It's going to go away. They're going to remove the asset cap. And then they're going to remove the marriage penalty. More about these details tomorrow morning on Early Mornings Lalate. Meantime, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. And then finally, how about those Purple Hawks? Well, if you're on the live chat and you notice people who have a Purple Hawk emoji next to their name, what are you doing? Why haven't you joined? Purple Hawks are delivered from me to them daily, a breakdown of the big money available under first, second, and third stimulus. You see what Purple Hawks are doing. You can clearly see what Purple Hawks are doing. As soon as third stimulus is passed, I launched Purple Hawks because I said, sure, there's a $1,400 stimulus check. Who cares about the $1,400 stimulus check? It's going to land. There's a lot of other money available for you that I'm focused on. $14,000. Money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. And Purple Hawks haven't gotten 14,000. They've gotten 32,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000. That money is available for you right now. That's why I said early in this video, for anyone who says when, what day for fourth stimulus, what day is the vote, what day is the bill, I need that. I want to know what day I'm getting a check for fourth stimulus. If you need a check this week, get the third stimulus money right now. This is available right now. I've been doing third stimulus videos since January. I'll continue to do them because guess what? This is a lot of money. This is not pennies of money. This is $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Everyone on that graphic was $20,000 of rent. Go get that money right now. Consider becoming a Purple Hawk. The link is under the video. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. We're going to go first over the recon. Then we're going to go over the MSC. And then we're going to go over you. First, the recon. Recon is done with a $3.5 trillion price tag, and that recon is generally application-based, recon procedural. Now they have to go over the terms and conditions. Now, what does application-based mean? It means the following. When you think of stimulus checking, you may think of the check that comes from IRS that just sends it to you because they know you're alive. Well, a lot of the money most of the money that is in the recon so far confirmed is checks where they don't know you need it, like checks for dental, vision, internet, things for seniors, things for workers. That involves you picking up the phone. Let's go over an example of what is proposed of those provisions under fourth stimulus recon. Checks for tax breaks, checks for free school meals for all, checks for cheaper prescription medication, checks for seniors, checks for farmers, checks for free internet, checks for workers like independent contractors, checks for seniors like lowering eligibility age, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care. So the internet and the vision and the dental, all those issues, IRS doesn't know anything about that with you. IRS doesn't know if you need internet. So IRS can't send you a check from the Department of Treasury for your internet or for your dental. They don't know about that. That comes from committees of the U.S. government. And that's why that earlier graphic when we were going over recon procedure and recon substance said that they're giving money to these committees so that these committees can pay you money. And that's recon procedural and recon substance. How are the committees to spend the money on you? So what you're going to have when Recon 4 is passed is really a wonderful opportunity. Imagine Johnny, who picked up the phone and got 7 items on the third stimulus. That was this small. Third stimulus is this small. And it's 90%, 80% for corporations. And he got 80,000. Imagine under fourth stimulus that's this big. That's all for the American people, not for corporations. And is going to have you picking up the phone and calling these different committees to say, I qualify for this, I qualify for that, please send me the money for this, please send me the money for that. Imagine how well you're going to do under fourth stimulus recon. Really well. Imagine how well Purple Hawks are going to do. Absolutely very, very well. Now, that's confirmed. That is a done deal. the provisions of the terms and conditions of the recon substantive, you need to push Purple Power because those terms and conditions, they still not worked out. And yes, they can still do them a strange way. So you may want to make sure you push Purple Power to make sure they do the right language in the terms and conditions. But now let's turn to the MSC. The MSC multiple stimulus checks on top of that confirmed $3.5 trillion of recon checks. Now, early in this video, I told you about how broadcast media has really just ran false stories for months, saying there was nothing, and never picked up the phone, called, or asked anyone. Had they done that, they would have known their reporting was inaccurate. And WR started the ball rolling, potentially on this channel. He picked up the phone and called Chris Coons' office several weeks ago. Who's Chris Coons? Senator, Democrat, Delaware, one of Joe Biden's closest confidants. And the assistant, the staffer to Chris Coons, Senator Coons, said yes, Chris Coons is proposing on the Senate side a monthly stimulus check. Done. Deal. There's a very important, not a nominal, an elder senator, a close confidant of the president, saying he will be proposing a monthly stimulus check. It's the talk, it is the walk, and it's the do. Had someone ever reached out to them, they would have seen that rather than say, I haven't heard anyone talk about it. I haven't seen anyone mention it. They don't want to do it. There won't be anything. Or like an affirmative statement, like there won't be a forced stimulus check. No. First of all, we don't have the bill yet. And second, had you asked the legislators, they say, yeah, we're proposing to put it in there. Now, let's go over what the recon is actually called. The complete name of the recon is called the Recon Budget Bill, or Reconciliation Budget Bill. Who oversees the budget bill? The Budget Committee in the Senate. Makes sort of obvious sense. The Budget Committee in the Senate oversees the budget bill. And who is the Budget Committee chairman? Bernie Sanders. Oh, boy, I see where you're going with this, Ally. Yeah. He's not just, any random senator in the Senate. He's the chairman of the Budget Committee that oversees the budget bill. So what did he say last weekend? Bernie Sanders said last weekend, prior budget chairmen just sort of did what they had to do within D.C., but as this budget chairman, I like to get out amongst the people and hear from them. I like to get out amongst the people and hear from them. I immediately said on camera, that's call for you to pick up the phone and express your opinion professionally, respectfully to Bernie Sanders' staff. And some viewers did it, but not a lot initially. Glenn did it, and also Brother Joshua, longtime viewer and volunteer of the community page back in 2020. He picked up the phone, he called, and the immediate answer was yes. Bernie Sanders will be proposing an MSC in the forced stimulus check package if you support him. Well, hello. Do you think any broadcast media thought to pick up the phone and ask the number one guy on the budget bill in the budget committee, the budget chairman, if he was going to propose an MSC? No, they never called him up. Lazy people. Lazy broadcast people running these stories and saying there's nothing, haven't heard it, haven't seen it, haven't heard anything, haven't seen it. And you know what that does to viewers and readers? They think, I'm sort of depressed about it. I'm sort of worried. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. I'm worried. I'm sorry. I'm concerned. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, because they think it's a broadcast channel, with 500 local affiliates across the country, that it does good reporting. Sloppy reporting. Never picked up the phone and asked elected official whether they're doing it or not. Right off the bat, yes, we are. So then what happened in the conversation? The staffer, wonderfully professional and kind and courteous, said to Brother Joshua, yes, Senator Bernie Sanders is proposing a monthly stimulus check. Yes. That the monthly stimulus check has a range. Yes. $1,000 to $1,400 is being considered. Yes. That the proposal would be 3 to 6 months. Yes. But there's a catch. That Senator Sanders wants your support behind these monthly stimulus checks. Purple Power, we got this one. This is all us. We got this. This is a match made in heaven. We've been doing this since day one. That's what Purple Power Push is all about, whether it's pushing to make sure the recon substance is written the right way or pushing to get stimulus checks in the recon. This is what we do. In fall of 2020, we changed history. I sat back and I said, you know what? They have not gotten the second stimulus check done since the HEROES Act of May. This is absurd. It's the holidays. People need checks. So I came up with the idea of putting a stimulus check in the continuing resolution budget bill. People thought I was bonkers. It's that LA kid again, saying crazy things. I said, no, I mean, I don't care what the budget bill's called. You put money for foreign governments in there. Why not put a stimulus check in there? So we pushed CR for stimulus, trended nationally, put a stimulus check in there. And we woke up one morning and suddenly said, yeah, we're putting stimulus in there, unemployment stimulus. I said, oh my goodness, come on already. Stimulus check. And then we got it. We changed history. This channel, this family, we changed history. We made history. We got a stimulus check in the CR. It was because of this channel. Well, that was 2020. Second stimulus. Fourth stimulus, 2021. Now, this week, your opportunity to make history again. It's your call to action. You're going to be so proud to tell your children, your family, your neighborhood that you are part of the credible family that of this channel, Purple Power, that made history by pushing and getting a fourth stimulus check in the fourth stimulus recon. After months of very bad news reporters were trying to tell you it wasn't happening, wasn't being talked about, wasn't being done. In fact, the legislators wanted to do it, but were worried because they didn't think they had the support of you. Now is the opportunity with that support. So pick up the phone and call Senator Sanders, call Senator Coons, call Ron Wyden, call Elizabeth Warren. Say yes. Thank you for your helping American people. God bless you. Say it professionally, respectfully, kindly. Lalate, Purple Power, I support you. And there you go. Meantime, have you been marking your calendar? Have you been marking your calendar? Because it's September. Last night, I introduced you to Calendar Colleen, and she was really the talk of the calendars. Everyone was just sort of marking her off on their calendar. That was the night I met Calendar Colleen. I got a marker on my calendar. And because what does Calendar Colleen do? She doesn't do much of anything. She doesn't really help the Purple Power. All she does is sort of tell us what day it is, what month it is, and she's obsessed with September. All she does is say, it's September. It's September. Do you know they're coming back in town in September? You know they're voting in September. You know it's September. What are you doing, Nancy Pelosi? It's September. Did you valet park your car? I did. Did you know it's September? Did you order the half-calf cappuccino, ma'am? Yes. Did you know it's September? Ma'am, are you getting the lentil soup or the asparagus soup? It's September. That's all she ever says. Doesn't really contribute much to anything because she continually repeats what month of the week it is, what month it is. Now, last night, a lot of people were asking me, with all her checking her dates, does she have dates? And I said, yeah, she does. I'll try to find who her dates are with. And I introduce you now to her dates with Calendar Cod. He, too, calendars his dates. And they're a match made in heaven. That eyebrow is very spooky. That eyebrow just sort of looks like a mechanical eyebrow. His calendar is sort of locked on February 14th, Valentine's Day. And he doesn't have any other date but that one. And I don't know if that rose is rubber or really a real rose, but he is sure ain't the bachelor. So what does Calendar Cod do? Calendar Cod you see in the comments, as you've seen Calendar Collie in the comments. Calendar Collie in the comments always says, it's September. It's September. Well, you know Calendar Cod in the comments, he's always in the comments. He's always saying, whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to August? Whatever happened to June? Does they know whatever happened to July? Did they forget whatever happened to July? He likes to talk in the past. She likes to talk about this month. And he loves that July 4th date. Whatever happened July 4th? Do they not remember July 4th? Oh, make them remember July 4th. Whatever happened July? Whatever happened to August? Did they forget about July and August? They're just a match made in, in date night. Yeah, so there they are. Calendar Cod. I appreciate your calendaring. And Calendar Colleen. Meantime, calendar me in because we got more shows coming up tonight. We got Street and Stimulus coming up at 7 o'clock. Then Sirloin, calendar him in at 8 o'clock. I have to tell you, last night, the Sirloin comments, back when Sirloin was originally taped, I had said on air, it's a humor-only show. And, the title says humor-only show. But in the comments last night after the show aired, someone said, I'm not here for the humor. And I still think that's a hysterical line. So thank you. You're not here for the humor, but you're making me laugh every time I say that line for that viewer who just does not like to smile. Meantime, are there more characters coming to this channel? There are. Tomorrow you're going to meet the newest addition to the cast of characters, which is Freedom of Speech Frida. She's a little spooky. Yeah, she walks around with all this cash in her hand, and she does something strange with her eyebrow, too. Watch it. It's coming. There it goes. There goes that eyebrow. Yeah, she's just a little, yeah, and she just walks around with this money. It's freedom of speech, Frida. She has freedom to say fake facts, fake narrative, fake faux facts, because she's freedom of speech, Frida. She's coming tomorrow, and I'll have more about her relentless pursuit of freedom of speech, no matter how fake is what she's saying. That's tomorrow, and you know, it's the weekend, so I'll have some more characters by then as well. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Recognize what you're part of this channel. Hit that subscribe button. Calendar me in for Overnight's Crypto coming up next on this channel. Then like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, a Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay calendared with Lalate for more.